Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to Pod A. We got some great action. My name is William Hurst, host of the I've Got Questions podcast, and we are joined today by, if we have some princes of Premodern in the U.S. here, I'm going to call him the king of the Euros, kings of the drinking stream, Anton Glenn. How are you doing today, Anton?
Hi, Will. Thanks for that intro, man. Yeah, I'm fine.
I do what
How
I can.
are you?
I'm doing well. I try and figure out something funny for everybody I'm with. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it's a little flat, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But we're here in Pod A. Pod A, I almost call this one of the more spiky pods. I also, there's some great players in here, some more mainstreamy decks, which is really cool to see. And today we have two greats of the MTGO format, or at least the society right now. We have Fran here, otherwise known as FPawlusz. He is on Blue-White Dreadnought, and we have Chris DiBiase. He is on Sligh, and we have Francisco. Yep, we have Francisco right here on Blue-White Dreadnought.
No.
Take it away. I know you love this deck.
Yeah. Favorite deck of mine. No, I mean, yeah, I don't enjoy playing this deck. I think it's very linear and quite boring, actually, but it's quite, it can be quite fun to see because, yeah, it can be very interactive, obviously, with like 15 counter spells or something. Melee mages doing melee mage stuff, but yeah, I think this is one of the like spikier decks. Very good, very linear. I have nothing more to say about it. Fran has done a lot of work on this, like tweaking it, and it's obviously become like a force to be reckoned with within the format. But yeah. What do you say, Will?
Well, you did very good. I'm proud of you saying nice things. Right. I will send you a beer. This deck is certainly linear. You aren't wrong, but less linear than sort of the mono blue decks.
For sure.
There is more interplay. Meddling Mage, swords, things like that, truly adding a different dynamic. Because sometimes you don't even need Dreadnoughts in this deck. I've seen times when Dreadnought just gets sided out. Like it's not needed. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was gonna say what I do like about them is when they have the transformative like win con with brain freeze. I do find that super interesting, and like pair it with vision charm to just go mill mode is insane. Along with Armageddon, so like there are certainly different takes in sideboarding that makes this deck super enjoyable to watch. But Fran does not play brain freeze, I see. But he has the Armageddons.
Yeah, Fran is, from my talking with him, he's never really got on board with the brain freeze plan. He's definitely more on the Armageddon plan. And we saw really cool moments with those Armageddon plans. I remember there was a match in the PSS. It was Tom Metalski versus Mike Arnold, where Metalski looked out of it, but was able to like float mana, gush, get you with Armageddon, have lands get you. I mean, it is a powerful strategy.
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, that was a very good match. Yeah.
It was wonderful. And there are just some decks that cannot beat an Armageddon. Like, you can't. And then you have things like Source Plowshares in the sideboard. Various Flash of Insight, a card that's really interesting. Have you ever had a chance to play with Flash of Insight much?
I've tried it in Mono Blue Stifle, but like I gave that deck one tournament, and it was the most boring Magic I played in Premodern, basically. So like I put it away. But yeah, Flash of Insight is among the most fun cards. Gush and Flash is super fun. But yeah,
exactly. So we'll go ahead and jump in here into Chris DiBiase, otherwise known as Iron Lungs. He's playing Sligh, he's playing Burn, whatever the heck you want to call it. He's got a lot of red spells. Some interesting parts of this is, well, it's been around for a long, but Aaron Dix truly changed Sly's outlook with the bobbles and going more playing at the instant speeds. So you see the 4 bobbles. Barbarian Ring is great. Not much to say here. The sideboard is where this gets really fun. This matchup in particular, Chris has a lot of play. This traditionally used to be bad, or a lot worse for the red deck.
Yeah.
But we get to see this card, Mog Salvage. Can you tell
it's
people about
cool.
Mog Salvage?
Mog Salvage is the equivalent of, I don't know, Daze, but in red. But yeah, if opponent controls an island, you get to cast the card for free, and it says destroy target artifact.
Yes, and
so
very, very rarely does Dreadnought like it when their opponents get to do free things.
Yeah.
But this matchup...
I mean, this is super interesting. Like, did the guys know which opponent they had when they were paired before they submitted decks?
Yes, they do. They knew their pods. Okay. So they could have had ideas. They could have meta. There were a couple people who told me that they meted against what they thought was going to happen. Worked out in some cases, didn't work out in others. But this is a pretty clear cut. My experience with this matchup is red really has to get on the ground running and race game one. If they have a Dreadnought turn 2, game 1, it's, whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of pack it up.
Yeah.
You don't win it. Game 2, there's a lot of play. Interesting to see when they play at instant speed. It's maybe get down like a Jackal Pup and get in there. Things like Ball Lightnings are bad. But there's a lot more interplay. And then the same as for Francisco, his sideboard, what comes in, what doesn't. I think this match really comes down to what are games 2 and 3 like. Game 1 is just to shrug your shoulders.
Yeah. I mean, if the Dreadnought player starts cantripping for 3 turns, then they're dead. But like, if they have a solid turn 2 or turn 3 Dreadnought, then they normally win, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and this was one of the 1-2 punches, Dreadnought, and then Parfait when it was around, that made me put down the red deck. But I have hope that maybe I'll put away Stasis here in a little bit and pull out my red deck again.
You miss it.
I do really miss it. There's something about like fire, lightning bolt, like fire blast you that you can't get around. Who cares? I will put one Browbeat in there just to irritate
of course
Mike Flores and Aaron Dix and all the crew. But here we
are.
Aaron
did acknowledge that you had acknowledged the baubles lately. So
I heard. I had forgotten that story that I had essentially told him that he could, or Bobble could die in a fire the first time I met him. So
All right. Cool. We have an unkeepable hand by Fran and a playable hand by Iron Lungs, right? Not the best Sligh starter, I would assume, but because you kind of want a creature there, right?
Yeah, you definitely want a creature instead of that Curse Scroll, but you have lands, you have burn. Fran mulliganing to 4. So
I mean, the Op Division Charm and 2 lands, and he's ready to go, right? Because he's setting up for just finding the Dreadnought.
Yep. So he's all in. Let's go.
Looks like keep those 4 cards. I think that's correct. Yeah.
Yep. And he's on the play right here. Is Fran. Land go.
So this is interesting. Like, do you go up to play around something like, or does he just expect Chris to be on Sligh? I guess. But
I would assume he's expecting Chris to be on Sligh. I don't really know if it changes the play that much.
No.
Opting here at the end of turn, and I mean, it's shrug your shoulders time. What's going to happen?
Yeah, okay, he does it in response to the fetch.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, he fetched in response to the opt, and then he's going to bolt him. Like, there's just some cheekiness that happens.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, he does keep the counterspell. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. Fair enough. He thinks he might have some time. The counterspell at least takes something off. There's a Vision Charm. Now, an interesting thing I've done sometimes in matchups where it may matter is like Vision Charm their lands to become something else. But in this case, it doesn't matter because they're just going to bolt your face. So Vision Charm really not at its best anywhere near this matchup. Curse Scroll going to come down.
Why do you keep the counterspell there? What are you fearing? Is it because like you will lose on 4 cards? Your counterspell won't do anything?
You're probably hoping for like...
Oh, he finds the gush.
He does find the gush. Counterspell essentially at this point gives you like an extra turn-ish by like taking care of a big burn spell if it happens. But he's just digging. He's gonna portent.
Yeah, but
here.
I think like if you're digging, you can. There's 2 cards you want from that spot. It's Gush or Dreadnought, right? So like, yeah, I think it's an interesting play because now he can't even cast the counterspell anymore. So like, because he's desperately digging here. He's doing an like improper Gush timing. He does, but. No, it's his turn 3. Sorry, it's not improper at all because he gets to do the land drop.
Oh yes. Yeah. You're right. So he is digging. I don't mind keeping a counter spell there if he's trying to save a little time. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't agree to that. But I mean, obviously, Fran is much better player than I am. But I don't agree to keeping that counterspell. From mulling to 4, there's only so many cards that matters.
I think you're not wrong in that opinion. It'd be interesting to find out. So if Fran listens to this afterward, Fran, let us know the thought process on that.
Yeah, for sure. Is this the time where you actually consider to waste a Vision Charm to buy? No, you can't because you don't have the Dreadnought. So like Ball Lightning will come down either way around.
And you're afraid like if you do that, what if he just like shoots you with 3 bolts or 2 bolts and a Fire Blast or something? I don't know. There is something to that. Sorry. No, what did he counter there? Sorry, I missed. He countered the Sulfuric.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, another Gush. That's good.
So he's buying time. This counter spell. So here's the interesting thing, and maybe this was the long game. You're not he hasn't seen a creature. You're not worried about like the shocks and the Mog Fanatics. You're worried about big plays like this. You're worried about a Ball Lightning. You're worried about a Fire Blast. So because there was no creature, he had time to kind of sit on that counter spell and find a time to use it, right? So
yeah, but I think like what Chris did here, he respected days, so he played the Sulfuric Vortex to bait last turn when he only had 1 island out, and now he went for the 4th land to play around days to cast Ball Lightning because it's more impactful, probably.
So he's got an opportunity here. Finds Dreadnought, has not played a land. He can float, gush.
Oh, love it. Is this happening? Can he actually win this race? He's still 100%. At 14. Wow.
He can 100%
and it's turn 4.
Race. And he's going to have a Vision Charm backup on his upkeep just in case. There's nothing that's going to kill a Dreadnought, obviously, game 1.
What a soul read on Fran to keep that counterspell. Like knowing I will have to find, but like him finding 2 gushes, okay, I will call that more lucky than good in that case.
So ball.
Yeah.
6, 7.
He faces it out, so it will matter. Of course, it's not stifled.
No, it is not stifled. So 6, 7, 8
gets him this 4. It's very good.
Sacrifice. So this is going to be interesting. He phases it back in.
Yeah.
Finds another Dreadnought.
Overkill.
Well, here you swing in. You swing in, do 12. Just play your Dreadnought, sack your other Dreadnought. So
I think that's the correct way, actually, right? Because then you can block another Bolt Lightning or whatever. I think that's the correct way.
And then I think here on upkeep to prevent dying. Is you Vision Charm his lands to become islands then. Because then if he has that Fire Blast, he can't draw like a Lightning Bolt to kill you or something.
But like he's still dead. He has 6, 7. He's still dead. He has 7 exactly.
Is he?
So
does he have 7? Oh, I forgot about the stupid Mog Fanatic.
Yeah.
My bad. Mog Fanatic, again, proving it's the best card in the format.
But wow, what a game! Wow, Fran almost had him, and Chris top decking. I mean, Fran top decking the Gush there was insane, and then Chris top decking the Fireball. 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 Ball Lightning. Sorry,
Ball Lightning. Yep,
they're great.
Get you 2, 4, 6. He can play around the days just in case.
Yeah, this is perfect. He's just 1 card in hand, so he knows he's safe. nothing can happen here. He can't even stifle the Mog Fanatic, so... It doesn't even go to his draw step. He does it in his upkeep.
Yep. So swords coming in here. We're on Fran for sideboarding. Well, all the cards just coming in here, apparently.
6 cards, yeah, okay.
Yep, 6 cards.
Annul goes out, and Meddling Mages should go out, yeah.
Yeah. I actually really enjoy. I think Armageddon is amazing in this matchup, post-board.
Okay, yeah.
Just because... As a red player, I want to be able to overload whatever he's doing and like play a slower game a little bit and respond. Yeah. Armageddon like just wipes me out. It takes Fire Blasts out of the equation. It like makes my clock weird. And he needs, honestly, Fran needs less mana to operate than I need as a red deck in a lot of cases. So I really actually like Armageddon in this matchup. I think it does a lot. If he can find what he wants to bring out. Annul, I like coming goes out.
Yeah.
He's not worried about Sulfuric Vortex. He doesn't care. But Armageddon not coming in.
This is interesting. Are we seeing Chris's sideboarding as well?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
We can talk a little bit more as they pass through. He's still considering. But it looks like he's considering the Armageddons, maybe.
But what do you take out? He has 3 dazes, 3 counterspells, 4 falls. How do you like counterspells overall when you have Bebs and Hydroblasts? How do you like them?
Well, as a stasis player, because they kind of work on the same axes a little bit. Whenever I'm bringing in blasts and stuff, typically I'm bringing out counterspells. Or more clunky counterspells, because there's only so much you do, and you want to be mana efficient. Looks like what came in 2 Malk Salvage is coming in for 2 Sulfuric Vortexes here for Chris. Pyroblasts and Red Elementals coming in. I assume that 1 Lava Dart is coming out. Well, maybe he wants the... I don't know if you want to take out Jackal Pup in this, because that's early
I think
damage.
Jackal Pup is insanely good versus... isn't that your best one drop?
One of your best starts. It's like you're never gonna block with it, so it doesn't matter. I think I don't like Ball Lightning in this matchup. Like, there's so much that screws it up. He has dazes. He has blasts. He has
but also
swords.
But it's 6 damage, man. It's a lot.
It is. I think game 1 though. It got to the point where it was an opportune time for the Ball Lightning. It was a top deck, right? In most cases, it's probably one of the worst cards in the deck, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right.
He's taking...
But keeping 4 baubles over... No, did it bring in the 4th pup again? Okay, yeah, he brought back the pup. Okay, yeah, that's
the pup is correct.
That's a lovely hand from Chris. Very good hand.
That's a lovely hand. That's also a lovely hand from Fran.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So he's just gonna, let's play the cards, see who can land the big threat first.
And I think Fran has so much experience, so he will not slam Dreadnought open in a mountain on turn 1 or turn 2.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the point where also Chris is just like, I'm gonna take it easy too. Let's all calm down. Shock you here, shock you there.
Yeah, this is the beauty of instant speed Sligh.
Yes.
When you can make these plays.
Oh my God. Ooh. There's another blast.
Do you keep I think, you don't deploy anything here. You just keep 2 mountains up and pass. Yeah,
you just keep playing instant speed. If he doesn't do anything, that's fine.
These guys are decking insanely good.
Yes, they are.
And now Fran has 4 lands, so he can wait 1 more turn because he has double vision and Hydro. So there's no rush yet.
Mm-hmm. Shock you. Yep. Okay. Cool. We know both these guys know the game plan. We have an Incinerate. We can still keep waiting.
Do you deploy the Lava Man here? Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Because you don't care when you go ahead.
No, sorry. When you're, as I'm usually the non-red player. I respect two mountains. I respect to play around, but 3 mountains I would never like. Okay, they have overload and 2 hydroblast. That's like too much to account for. So like double mountain for sure, but not 3. So it's better to tap out the 3rd land. I feel like. Okay, here we have the stack.
All right. So I assume we counter the blast. That's step 1.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's gonna go for phasing.
He could also, yeah, exactly. Save the blast for an overload or something. Let's see here.
That was an interesting position. It wouldn't have mattered. I'm not a fan of leaving up in this matchup, especially early, those counters, those fetch lands, because he has Stifle. I would have stifled as soon as I dropped that fetch.
I hear you. Yeah.
But so the counter war is won by Fran on this one.
And he has a gush to follow up. Yeah, this looks good.
But this is not an inconsiderable amount of damage coming in.
Yep.
Because that's, you fire off the Incinerate. I think you fire off the Incinerate now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yep.
You are not at threshold. So I think you have to wait to Barbarian Ring and do stuff. That's a double gush? That's disgusting.
That is disgusting.
There's a Hydroblast. Okay.
Yeah.
If there was an advantage bar, something I'll introduce the next time I do this, that is swinging all the way to Fran right now.
Yeah, he can't lose from this, but this is
No.
impossible. Chris doesn't have a card in hand. He has Hydro and Foil and a Dreadnought and a Gush. No, this is as good as... I mean, this is always when I see Sligh and Dreadnought. They always have like insane hands. It doesn't work out like this in real life, but like sometimes.
Exactly. It's foregone at this point. I mean, Chris is going to do what he's going to do. Go ahead and, shoot the face.
Yeah. But it's like, he can pray for a, what overload? He does Hydroblast there on the Grim Liomancer.
I mean, he's just showing off at this point, I think.
Yeah, it really is, right? That is a bold power move.
Absolutely. Gonna hit him for 1. The big old...
That's so lovely. I can see Fran doing recording this and doing commentary on his own play, and like this sends a message.
I mean, as the king of sending messages, as I famously hydroblasted a Mog fanatic.
Yeah, that's a message.
yeah. So, I'm all for it. So looking like Fran picking up the win here. Going to go ahead and be on the draw game 3.
Does that change anything? Like days? Do you trim 1 days or like?
I'm not 100% sure. So it looks like he's trying to maybe bring that counter spell back. Bring in the counter spell.
Land? No. Okay.
I don't know. Ball Lightning coming out. Sulfuric coming in on the play.
Yeah. I like that.
Probably switch those 2 out. Other than that, it's fine.
I'm still not sure about the 4 baubles. Like I feel like I could easily trim 1 or 2 baubles here for anything. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not the Sligh expert.
I mean, the baubles get you closer to your better burn spells, and there's an argument. Would I rather get closer to the better burn spell than like a Sulfuric Vortex or a Ball Lightning? Maybe. Interesting hands here. Good. A double bobble hand from Chris.
Yeah, he kind of has to keep that, right? Because he has the Pyroblast and Mountain. He has the 3 lands he wants, but like double bobble here is pretty awkward because if he draws like 2 lands, this hand is completely useless. But yeah.
Yeah, well, it's 2 lands out of the deck. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Bobbling here correctly. Showing it off. Looks like we're going to see a Stifle and an Opt.
2 scary cards when you're facing Dreadnought. Like, you know that he has one of the pieces and he has a counter for the other that costs 1 mana. So, yeah. Okay, he did find gas on those 2 baubles.
Indeed. Looks like he's probably going to, I would assume, shuffle this, maybe? Yes, he's going to shuffle.
Yeah.
Found another land. Best shuffle ever. Well, we don't know what he found yet. Sorry, it's not. It's a slow trip.
It's a slow trip. Yeah.
It's a slowy trip.
But yeah,
found a land.
He found a land.
Good story, bro.
All right. Do you deploy something here, or do you go in end of turn lightning bolt and keep up pyroblast and play around days? That's what
I mean. Yeah, you're definitely playing it slowly because like Grim Lava Romancer, what's it going to do? Attack for 1?
Yeah. No, but like it's interesting to comment on because I feel like some people think that I can deploy something here, but like playing around days when you have Pyroblast is pretty good, especially when you have an end of turn play with Lightning Bolt. So like
sure, I agree with that. All right, so we're gonna bolt. He's still playing around the days. I almost think you still want to try and incinerate there. Just like if he wasted days on incinerate, it's like okay, I guess. In my opinion.
But maybe it might come down to 1. Okay,
it might. But Fran digging like his life depended on it. That gush is gush foil.
Yeah, he has a fetch land, so like this is good. He can put gush foil if he wants to, and then fetch. But because you obviously want the gush. And foil doesn't do anything because it doesn't have island in his hand, unless he gushes or dazes. So
I think he keeps those 3 cards. Yep.
Yeah. So then do you think he fetches away the foil? End of turn?
I think the foil, like this comes down to those big spells we were talking about, those fire blasts and things like that, or the counter war. So I think foil is actually extremely good, especially when you can gush up into the foil if you needed. I think that's correct.
Your Dazer? I think I would Dazer.
Yes. Now you daze it.
Yeah.
He's starting to run low on resources, or lower.
But let's talk about the Hydroblast and the Grim Lavamancer there. Is that like what does that signaling? Like I don't have the combo at all, so I have to stop you from doing 4 damage with this thing, or
I think that's, in my opinion, definitely what it is. Fran, while he's building a strong hand, he doesn't have the way to win yet.
Yeah.
And having repeatable damage on the board isn't a bad thing. I think it's correct, and just waiting to take more damage doesn't make sense when he's got the hand that he currently has.
No, but I feel like that's not it's not the go-to play I would have made or expect someone to actually make. I think that was pretty intelligent play by Fran.
Yeah, it's one of those things I think where I have all the answers I really need, so I can afford to spend this answer now. Is what
for sure
I would probably put it up to. So
now it's time to gush.
It's always time to gush. It's never bad.
No, but he set it up like he waited 1 turn last turn because he was safely at like 17, and he needs 4 lands to have double Stifle, Vision Charm, Dreadnought, and or Hydroblast or whatever. So yeah.
All right, so he's going to pass the turn here. He's going to give it some time. Shock your face.
Sometimes MTGO goes so fast. What 2 cards did he draw from the gush? 2 more gushes?
He drew a Vision Charm, and I think he might have drew either the Stifle or Vision Charm and an Adhikar Waste, I think. Or something. I know he drew the Adhikar.
Okay. No, yeah, probably.
This Fanatic is going to town right now.
Yeah.
All right, so he just needs to find this Dreadnought. He is getting to the point where he needs to find it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, but it's just time to gush.
I don't know. So, we're going to gush it. All the lands you could ever wish for.
Oh, wow. That is bad.
Yeah.
Almost like you want to hard cast the other gush here.
A little bit. Gonna end up discarding here. Discarding a couple lands. Yeah. Carry on my wayward soul. All right.
This is getting closer to, and like this barbarian ring, just holding it off there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I like it.
So, we're just gonna swing in with this fanatic. More gushes, all the gushes. Fran says, "I want to find something good."
Well, okay, he doesn't do gush here. Like Fran is allergic to the idea of having the land. What? Why didn't he gush there?
He probably because he made a land drop and he didn't want to like miss a land drop. I would assume.
Yeah, but like he has 2 more lands and like he only needs 4 lands or he will die. He can't afford to. I feel like just passing the turn.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think he needed to. I'm the type of player where I would like. Maybe his plan is survive a turn and be able to like double gush into something if he needs to. Like play a land, have the ability to double gush.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot of answers to what could badly happen. He's got stifles for like a barbarian ring or a Mog fanatic. He's got a counter spell.
But he just has the turn again.
I mean, he's ballsy over here. He's just like, I know exactly what I need to do. These commentators are just going to be so confused.
Yeah, obviously, but like, I would definitely have gushed 2 turns earlier, feeling like I need to. I only have 1 counter in my hand, so.
So he's going to hard cast this gush.
Ooh. But now he's open to. Okay, didn't bolt in response there.
I think. I'm surprised he didn't do any. He might be saving up mana to.
No, he has to Hydroblast the pop. Yep.
To make sure he can have the fight when he needs to, but he's only got 1 piece to fight with, so I'm not sure that's doing anything. There's a bobble. Bobble your face.
But he's definitely respecting Armageddon, I feel like, Chris. Just slowly sitting there with his barbarian ring.
He's going to stifle that bobble.
I love it.
Yes. I don't think I've ever seen that, but I love it.
Yep.
Get in there for 1. Francisco down to 8, so getting into dicey territory.
But now he can't hardcast the gush. That's an issue.
Well, he's just going to gush right now. It's okay. He's going to find exactly what's he needs. Nope. No, he didn't.
The Hydra takes care of the Fanatic, I guess, but now he has Impulse mana as well, so now he needs to find a Dreadnought. It's insane.
There's a Dreadnought. Hi, Dreadnought.
There's 2 Dreadnoughts.
Well, only one of them is going to stick around.
Yeah.
All right, time for a fight.
So this is where you stifle, right? You don't actually use the Vision Charm here.
Looks like he's going to
blocker.
Looks like he's going to Vision Charm it.
Is he baiting? So he wants the Vision Charm to get Power Blasted, and then he will stifle instead. Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Let that resolve, exactly. And now we stifle. Yep. Okay.
I mean, got some protection.
That's a smart play.
It is.
But he is dead here.
Yeah, he
has interaction, obviously, so he's not dead, but like he has to counter this.
No, he doesn't.
Lightning bolts he's not.
So this is the stasis in me where when you're at this point, you have a win on board. You only care about the spells that are actually going to kill you.
Yep.
So that's where I think he is. He's like, I'm waiting on the spell that'll kill me. Nothing's killing me yet.
Okay. But if it goes down low enough, he can't even attack with the Dreadnought anymore. So like there is a tension there. Like,
You're not wrong.
But I mean, yeah. Not playing out the Barbarian Ring yet, so that is like the nail in the coffin then.
Yeah, he's probably waiting for Fran to get a little bit too ballsy. Well, there's a stifle. That's going to make that difficult.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
I think Fran has this in the bag. He's going to pick this win up here.
I mean, yeah, he now has 2 counters, 1 more gush, and a stifle. Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume he has the answers. And Chris, unfortunately, drawing, like, I think that's 3 turns in a row now with lands.
Yeah. Now he has to go for it. I mean, there's no... He cannot not go for it.
Exactly.
Do you do it in his upkeep? In Fran's upkeep? Do you go for the blaster?
I'm not sure it matters. It's not... He's got enough mana where it's not going to like do anything. Yeah. So,
but like technically, is that the correct way to do it in his upkeep?
Probably.
Okay, he waited.
Well, there's the swords in case things go awfully wrong.
That's like quite nice swords.
Float 2
this
mana
was a cool game.
Absolutely. We're going to see it play out here. A Fire Blast. We're going to go ahead and see the Hydra Blast here. And that should take care of it.
Yep.
Good games. Yeah, it was definitely played out well. You saw games 2 and 3 are definitely more grindy than game 1s. Chris being cheeky, getting in with the Fanatic, seeing if he'll bite and do anything fun. He's sending a message. Yes, you go to 1 maybe.
But I do like this because now he I have to source my guy in response or something.
Yeah, well, he's going to stifle that first before we get into the craziness.
Yeah. I do like this. Stabilizing at 3, that's solid. But yeah, no, it has been. I mean, even the game 1 where Fran mulled to 4, that was a very close game.
Exactly, but no, there you have it. Fran going ahead and picking up the win over Chris. Blue-white Dreadnought over some Sligh. Anton, I know these decks are very linear and they're not your
it's fun to see.
Spice.
No.
Absolutely.
It's fun to see, not fun to play, but fun to see.
I agree with that. Any final thoughts on this match before we say adieu to our guests?
No, I think it's... I mean, anyone who sees these 2 decks, they need to prepare for them. They are like top tier decks of the format. I'm not sure they're like the best decks to introduce anyone to the format because of like how linear they are. But whenever you're like meta expecting anything or sideboard preparing, keep in mind of Dreadnought and Sligh. Like
exactly,
they're there.
All right. Well, Anton, thank you so much for joining me. I have been William Hurst. This is Pod A Action. We'll catch you in the next match. Everyone have a wonderful day. Take care.
Take care, guys.